Knowledge is power. The opportunity to share it is priceless. A very good morning to one and all present here. We welcome you all to the 6th Reverend Brother Stanislaus Memorial Lecture. We are happy to have Dr. Sameen Fatima here with us today, former Principal, College of Engineering, Osmania University, and the esteemed members of our alumni. Today, a special lecture is being conducted on the topic Artificial Intelligence. Prayer brings us closer to God. Let us start this program by invoking God's blessings. May I now invite the school choir to lead us into prayer song. I request all of you to join the choir in the prayer song, Dil Ka Darwaza. Let us welcome our chief guest of the day, Ms. Sameen Fatima. May I now invite Mr. Mazhar Ali sir to present the bouquet to our chief guest. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Lighting of the lamp signifies the presence of divine energy and illuminating the path of righteousness. May I now invite our chief guest, Ms. Saida Sameen Fatima, the President of the Alumni Association, Mr. Mazhar Ali Sir, Dr. Ramesh Reddy Sir, and our Vice Principal, Ms. Suju Thomas, to light the lamp.
Namaste. Namaste. Ask about the introduction of the speaker first. When she comes here, she will ask. Brahmin will put she's not going. A portrait symbolizes power, importance, and virtue. Decorating a portrait with a garland is a way of expressing contentment in Indian culture. May I now invite the President of the Alumni Association, Mr. Mazhar Ali Sir, and Dr. Ramesh Reddy Sir to garland the portrait of Brother Stanislaus.
I deem it my privilege to welcome Ms. Sameen Fatima, our Honorable Speaker. Professor Sameen Fatima has 40 years of experience in teaching, research and administration in India, UAE and USA. She holds a BTech in Electronics and Communications from JNTU and MS in Computer Science from the University of Massachusetts and a PhD from the Osmania University. At Osmania University, she served in various roles including professor, head of the Computer Science Department, dean and the first female principal of the College of Engineering. She was also the first female convener of TSPG set. After retiring, she worked at Anurag University and is currently an adjunct professor, a recipient of the 2017 Telangana Best Teacher Award. She specializes in AI, machine learning and information retrieval systems, guiding 9 PhD students to date. She is also a trustee of the NGO Helping Hands.
May I now invite Professor Sameen Fatima to address the gathering.
Yes, I need a connection. We'll sit at the back.
Move around. Hello. Yeah, this is better, I think. I can move around with this. So it's very nice to see all young faces this early morning. I think you're all 8th graders, 9th graders, 10th graders, or what are you? 9th graders. Very good. Okay. It's very proud to be 9th graders. Okay. So you are all like St. Paul's is offering SSC, this curriculum, the state's curriculum or the CBSE curriculum? State curriculum, okay. So all of you are part of the state curriculum. And you all have a course on mathematics? Yeah? All of you study maths here? Yes. Why such a slow, why an afterthought? All of you study maths? Yeah, one big voice. Maths? And how many like maths? Yeah. Thank you, thank you. Good show of hands. Actually, before I start my talk, let me thank Mazhar Bhai. He's been very instrumental in getting me here. And I think I know him, he's a very good old friend of ours. Also, Professor Ramesh Reddy, who is also part of the College of Engineering. He was my mentor and a very good friend of mine. He's also here today. So it's a very nice morning for me to meet two of my good friends who are available here. And both have excelled in their own fields. So I think they are no less than I am. But today the podium is mine, because the topic is artificial intelligence. Now, all of you have heard this word, artificial intelligence? Yeah, you have? Okay. So it has two parts to it. One is artificial and one is intelligence. Do you all possess artificial intelligence or natural intelligence? Sure? Yeah, louder. Oh, okay. So you had your breakfast, right? So now let us have a quick check now. You said you're all intelligent. You have natural intelligence, right? So early in the morning, you have to do a quick check now, okay? My first slide, I have a problem for you. Do you like problem solving? All of you love that? Yeah. This is a very simple problem, okay? It's not a math problem. It's a common sense reasoning problem, okay? All of you have common sense? Yeah, okay. Can we? Okay, here's a small problem for you, okay? Because I don't like monologues. I don't want to speak all the time. I want you to speak up, okay? Here's the problem. You please read this first, and then we'll talk about it. Just read this. Okay, all of you have read this? Okay. Are you all truth tellers or liars? Always? It can't be like that. Human beings sometimes tell lies and sometimes they speak the truth. Right? We human beings, we sometimes speak the truth and sometimes we speak lies. Okay? So that is the way we function. Okay? But this is a nice island. Okay? On this island, the people who are there, they either speak truth all the time or they speak lies all the time. There is no in between, like us. Okay? Sometimes we speak the truth and sometimes we speak lies. But these guys are not like that. They either speak the truth or they always speak lies. Is that clear? Okay. Now on this island, we are going and we are interviewing them. Okay? So the first thing is, who always speak truth, who always speak lies. You are interviewing 3 people. Okay? So mathematical problems, we always say X, Y, Z, A, B, C, right? So here I'm taking three names. Okay? A, B, C are three people. Okay? You go there and you ask A, are you a truth teller or a liar? He mumbled something. Okay? And you can't hear what he said. So you ask B, what did A say? Are you all listening? We are asking B, what did A say? And B responds, A said he is a liar. Immediately C says, B is lying. Now, after this interview, can you conclude anything about A, B, and C? Who is a truth teller and who is a liar? C is a truth teller. What are your, I mean, there's so many of you. I want a couple of answers. You can take 1 minute and think it over, and tell me what could be the answer. Yeah. You want to say something? C is what? C is the truth teller. Okay, sit down. What is the answer? Okay. I mean, you didn't hear. Okay? But they know each other. A, B, C, they live on the same island. They know about each other. Who is a liar? Who is a truth teller? So the assumption is that I didn't hear what he said. So I'm asking him. Okay? A, B, and C know each other very well. Okay? So they can tell correctly whether they're truth teller or liar. You have a good reasoning. Okay? But I think what we're telling is they are aware of each other. Okay? A, B, C are all friends. Any other answer? Yeah. So you are saying that A and C are truth tellers and B is a liar. Okay. So you have to justify your answer now. Okay. You have to say why you said that. Okay. But there was one more answer in the second row. You also said what? You said something, no? C is a truth teller, you said. You said C is a truth teller. He also is saying C is a truth teller. Okay? Now, who wants to give justification? Who wants to justify? C is a liar. Okay. Okay, so because C interrupted and spoke, you are thinking he's a liar. You should not talk in between. That's what your teachers taught you. When two people are talking, you should not interrupt. Oh, that's why you're saying he's a liar. That's not necessary, no? If you interrupt two people and talk, it may be bad manners, but that does not mean that he's a liar, right? If he interrupts, then he's telling lies. Because anybody who interrupts is not doing a good job. They should not talk until they are asked to talk. That's what is your idea. Okay. So this is a convent school and too much of manners is taught here. So I think what he's saying is you have to be very polite and you can't interrupt. If you interrupt, then you are a liar. Is that a correct reasoning?
What we said is indeed correct. A liar can say he's a liar because he lies about everything. So it is concluded that A said that he's a truth teller. And if what B says is really true, a liar can say he's a liar because he always lies. So A's answer should be that he said he's always a truth teller. So B is a liar, and what C is telling is he is also a truth teller because C knows B is lying.
So he made one argument. Did you follow his argument? He said, B is a, if he is a,
He should have not said that because a liar don't always say.
so first argument is if A is a liar, what would be his answer? So if A is a liar, his answer should have been, I am a truth teller. If A is a liar, his answer would have been what? I am a... He said one statement. There is one more statement you have to say. If supposing A is a truth teller, what is the answer he would have given? I am a truth teller. So either way, whether he's a liar or he's a truth teller, what should have been the answer? I am a truth teller, right? Because A can lie. If he lies, he will say, I am a truth teller. If he is truthful, then he has to say, I am a truth teller, no liar. I am a truth teller. If he's a truth teller, he will say, I am a truth teller. If he's a liar, he'll say, I am a... If he's a liar, he'll say he's a liar. He'll say, I am a... Because he lies all the time. Because he lies all the time, he's going to say, I am a truth teller. So either way, A has to say what answer? I am a truth teller. Even if he were a liar or a truth teller, his answer would have been only one answer, and that is, I am a truth teller. But what does B say? A said, I am a liar. So he's lying. Isn't it? Because A, in either case, only one answer was the outcome. Right? So this guy B is lying. Are you following the argument? Right? B is lying. And what is C doing? So that statement is correct? So C is a truth teller. Okay? A can be anything. Please sit down. What is your name? Harshit. Okay. So more or less they gave correct answers, but justification is given by Harshit. Okay, so all three can get a big clap. Now, if I say, in this class when I raised this question, 3 people answered my question. Okay? So they are very intelligent people. Okay? Next time, supposing you are asked the same question. Next time, how many of you will give the correct answer? Only 3 or all? All. So what happened? Okay? First time I asked, only 3 people gave correct answers. Next time if somebody asks you the same question, then how many of you all will give the correct answer? All. So right now I felt 3 people are very intelligent, they gave the answer. But next time, if same question is posed, all of you will give correct answer. Seemingly all of you will be So then what is intelligence basically? If you see a problem many times and you know the solution to the problem, then you can seemingly be intelligent. Am I right? You can seemingly be intelligent. Okay? So if you're seeing a problem multiple times and you're seeing the solution multiple times, then what happens? You are bound to give the right answers. So basically, in artificial intelligence, we are training the computer to do the same thing. Do you understand that? We will tell the correct answer multiple times to the computer. Okay? And from that, the computer learns that this is the right answer, and then it will give you the right answer all the time. Do you get the point? Okay? So our natural intelligence is certainly not the same as artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is not the way we humans reason. Okay? We human beings can reason in different situations, right? But artificial intelligence does not do anything like that. Okay? Let me show you another slide. So does it mean that computers have intelligence like humans now? Not really. Okay? Computers have a brain like humans? No, not really. Okay? Scientists, researchers understand the human brain? To some extent. They have also not yet understood completely the human brain. The human brain is fascinating. Okay? It has so many capabilities. Even scientists have not yet understood the human brain completely. Okay? So we are superior beings. Okay? But AI can be used as a tool by us. Okay? Please remember that. So, not at all. Computers can imitate some specific function of the human brain. And we call that as narrow artificial intelligence. Okay? Now, do you know this Google Translate? Have you ever used that? Yeah. So, here I've translated one word, which is artificial intelligence, in Hindi and in Telugu. This is an example of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence can translate your documents. Okay? It can do that task very nicely. Okay? Now, it cannot do just in Hindi and Telugu, but it can do in any language. There are so many languages across the globe, and in many languages, it can do the translation. Okay? Now, I was the principal of the engineering college, and sometimes I find that students can't write a proper application. Okay? But today, if you go and look at Google Translate, if you know English and you want to write a Hindi letter, or you know Hindi and you want to write an English letter, or you know Telugu and you want to write an English letter, then you can do a simple translation. Okay? So today, it's all possible. Okay? Even though if you don't have a command over the language, you can take the help of AI. Okay? So Google Translate is a very interesting application of AI, wherein you can translate from one language to another language. AI can do that. Okay? Let's see what all AI can do. All of you love playing games? Okay? How many of you play chess? Yeah, good number of you. Okay. Very good. I'm happy you are good at sports too. Okay? Now, chess, it's a great game of the mind, right? You have to use your brains to play chess. Somebody who's a chess champion, normally we say he's very intelligent, right? But what happened? There was a great player. Have you heard this name? Garry Kasparov? Yeah. There was a computer program which was built, which was named as Deep Blue. It was a Deep Blue computer. Okay? And this particular computer program beat the chess champion Kasparov. Okay? So now the computer is playing versus the human being, the chess champion human being, not just me or you. Okay? If he plays against me, suddenly they can win. I don't know chess. Okay? I'm not a good chess player. But he has won, the Deep Blue program has won against Kasparov. So you see how AI is progressing now. It can do translation. It can play games, mind games. Okay? There's also another game which is very, very tricky, AlphaGo. Okay, it's a Chinese game, but very, very tricky. Even that is cracked. There's a computer program which can play that better than humans. Okay? So the computer is capable of doing game playing today. Okay? Who is this? Wow. Okay. How did you know he's Mahatma Gandhi? Because you've seen his picture so many times, right? He's the father of the nation. Since you were a baby, I think when you joined school, you must have seen his picture, right? And I show you his picture again, you say it's Mahatma Gandhi. But if I show you my picture before coming here, you would have said, I don't know who this lady is, right? So if you have seen some picture multiple times, okay, then you can identify that picture with a name. Yes or no? Right? Now, our computer is also capable of doing that. Computers are capable of doing that. What am I going to do? I'm going to show the picture of Mahatma Gandhi several times to the computer. Okay? So, like this. Okay? Do you see here Gandhiji? Here, here, here. All this is Gandhiji, right? Have you seen the other pictures of Gandhiji? You must have, right? So I'll give all this data to the computer. I'll give several pictures of Gandhiji, and I'll put a label there. I'll say, this is Gandhiji. Okay? And the computer, when I give this data to the computer abstracts and builds a model, and from that model, it can infer that the picture belongs to is nothing but Gandhiji's picture. Okay? So the computer is capable of doing this. We call this as facial recognition. Okay? Now you people are taking a lot of pictures nowadays. All of you have cells, mobiles, and all of you take pictures every day, and you upload. How many of you keep uploading your pictures? Nobody. Now don't tell me nobody uploads your pictures. I can't believe that. Your friends' pictures and all, you don't upload? How many of you have mobiles? Your parents have given you mobiles. And what do you do with your mobile? Huh? Games. What do you do with your mobile? Games. Which game do you play? Free Fire. Okay. Huh? Use it for educational purposes. Okay. Okay. So education purpose is a very good thing, okay? You should use it for that. But remember, if you're taking pictures of yourself and you're uploading your pictures, you're providing for data to these big companies. These big companies are trying to collect your data, okay? And when you're uploading your picture, that means you're providing data to these big companies. And after some time, they will know everything about you. They know your face, and then you say, I like this particular lecture, educational lecture, or maybe I like this game, or maybe I like this particular movie, or whatever it is, okay? Then all these big companies know everything about you. You don't know much about yourself. Your parents may not know much about you, but the computer companies will know certainly much more about you people. Do you know that? Okay? So it's very, very dangerous today. Okay? Whatever data you are uploading, these companies are waiting to hog that data. They're collecting all that data and they're profiling you. Each one of you. Okay? Now here, what we do is we have inputs and we have outputs. Okay, we have inputs and we have output. So what is the input here? The picture is the input and the output is the name. Okay? The name is the output. So I'll give a pair of input-output pairs. Okay? Have you studied in mathematics functions? Have you studied functions in mathematics? No? Have you studied a quadratic equation? A linear equation? Okay. So you know what is y is equal to mx plus c? Yes or no? No, not really? Okay. But you know what's a quadratic equation? Okay. So that equation that you have, ax squared plus bx plus c, okay, that is an equation. Okay. So I'm expressing in terms of x. Okay. And it could be x squared plus 5x plus 2. Right? Or it could be 2x plus 3. Or it could be x cubed plus 2x squared plus 7. Right? I can have any of these expressions, mathematical expressions. Okay? So what we do is we define some equations like that to map the input to the output. Input is x, and we write a function in terms of x which defines the output. So the function of x means it could be x squared plus 2x plus 3, it could be x plus 3, it could be x cubed plus 2x squared plus 1, it could be anything. Okay? This is what I mean by functions. Okay? So what I do is I have an input x and I map it by a mathematical equation. Okay? And that is what internally this is doing. Okay? And we say it's preparing a model, we say, mathematical model. That's why I asked you the question in the very beginning that in AI, we use a lot of math. Okay? So you should know this kind of math to do AI. Okay? So in AI, we are doing functions, we are mapping input to output, we have to provide a large set of inputs. Just one or two inputs will not be good enough. Okay? You have to have a very large set of data. Okay? Recognize the pattern between inputs and outputs and derive the functions used to map input to output. And how do we do this? We are training this using something what we call in AI as neural networks and deep learning. Okay? Don't worry too much about that. These are some approaches. And we call this as a classification task. Okay? We classify the picture to belong to Gandhiji or to somebody else. Now this neural networks, I use one word. We got this beautiful idea of neural networks from the biological neuron. Do you study biology as a subject here? Yeah. Do you know your central nervous system? What comprises the central nervous system? The brain and the spinal cord. The brain and the spinal cord. Okay? And your brain consists of several of these neurons. 86 billion neurons. Okay? It's a huge collection. And all these neurons are interconnected with each other. So when you're thinking, okay, these neurons are basically firing inside your brain. Okay? So what they do is they have these different, you must have studied this picture. I don't know if you have done nerve cell in your biology class. You have done that? Okay. So then you have a cell body, which we call as soma. We have dendrites. And this cell gets the input from the dendrites, and you get some output out of this nerve cell, which through the axon, okay? And then it goes on to the next neuron via the axon terminals, or what we call as synapses. Okay? Synaptic weights, we call that. So what we do is we draw an analogy, and we convert this biological idea into a mathematical model. In our computer science, we know input, output, and we know processing. Three very popular words in computer science are input, output, and processing. Okay? So we will map this dendrites into input, The cell body or the soma is the processor, and then we have the output which comes out of the axon terminals or the synapses. Okay? So far so good? Are you following what I'm talking? Okay. And then we also have these synapses which are having some weights. Supposing I'm putting my hand on that lamp. Okay? So what will happen if I just put my finger on top of this wick? It burns. What do I do then? Immediately I pull back my hand. Okay? So what happened is this signal, okay, the peripheral nervous system or your limbs, they're giving some signal. And this is going to my brain, the neuron. And the neuron is getting fired that this is very hot and it's going to burn your finger. So I pull it off. The signal output goes there, pull your finger back. And I pull my finger back. Suppose I were to pick up this bottle. Maybe the water is a little warm. But will I pull off my hand like that with warm water bottle? Not really. If it's until it's very, very hot, it's just warm, I'm saying. So I may not pull off. That means my neuron has not fired. It is not fired to pull my hand off. Okay? And that firing happens depends on the signal strength. How much signal has gone to your brain. Okay? And that mathematically we call as a weight. Okay? So the signal strength is there. If the strength is more, you pulled off your hand. If the strength is less, you don't pull off your hand. Okay? So we've drawn this analogy and we are trying to build a mathematical model or a computer for doing all this. Okay, so far so good? Okay, so neural networks look like this. There are a lot of neurons interconnected in the brain, as I told you. Here also we try to do something similar, but don't worry too much. That's all what we do here in computer science or AI. Now, this success story in 1940, neural networks were discovered in 1940, but it did not see the light of the day. It did not see the light of the day. It's not something which was invented today. It was long, long back. But when it came to life was in 2005. Okay. It came to life in 2005. Actually, now I said you can do face recognition. Now what we are doing is, if you give me an X-ray picture or an ultrasound picture, I can identify tumors. So your applications are going to get now very interesting, medical applications. If you want to diagnose somebody has got a tumor or not, okay, a human eye cannot do that as perfectly as a computer can do that. Okay? So tumor identification is one and another application of trying to see several pictures of a tumor and identify a new picture in which tumor is there or it is not there. Isn't that interesting? See how we are building this. Now we are putting AI to a lot of good use. Okay? Not just loading up pictures and identifying who your friend is or something like that, but we are now trying to build medical applications around that. Okay? Now suppose today you are having Tesla, you're having self-driving cars. Now these cars, they have to identify what is the object in front. They have to identify a stop signal. Now all this is possible through this machine learning, this AI techniques. Okay? And this particular technique wherein AI is given a lot of data, and from the data and the labels, it's identifying what the object is. This particular area is called as machine learning. This particular area is called as machine learning. Machine is learning what this object is. Okay? So with the help of that, I can drive cars now without a driver. The car can automatically sense what is the object in front of it, whether the stop sign is on or not, okay? Whether somebody is slowing down or not. All these things can be captured by way of AI. Okay, so you have medical applications, you can drive cars, you can do so many things. And all this became possible in 2005. Why did it happen in 2005? I'll come to that, okay? In 2012, a graphics processing unit was built. Actually, what is happening today is, one is you have the softwares which are built using AI or mathematics. Okay? And there's something which is called as the hardware. That means your processor. Inside the computer, there's a processor. Inside your mobile phone, there's a processor. Okay? And these processors are high-speed processors. They're very, very high in speed. Supposing I say, I want to search for something in Google. Okay? If I give some keyword, how long does it take for it to give you an answer? Depends on the network, of course. Assuming your network is very good. Immediately you get the answer? Right, isn't it? Your answer is immediate. It's not as if you have to go drink your coffee and come back and the Google will give you answer after that. Will you tolerate that? No. You want answers very, very fast. Okay? And all this is possible because of the high-speed computers today. Okay? And of course, the network connectivity has to be there, as he said, rightly. Okay? So, what we have is, we should have, now to do AI and machine learning, we should have large amounts of data, which I'm calling as training data. I should have a nice big neural network. I should have a lot of computing power, and that should be cheap. Okay? Costly, we can't afford it. And also you should have a lot of memory, because this data that we are having, we have to store it somewhere. So we should have a lot of storage. Okay? And all this became possible. Now actually, let me show you one nice picture. It's not playing the video, I think. Do you have a keyboard here? Do you have any keyboard here to this? Anyway, it's not playing. I don't know. There's something I not tried with this. The video is not playing, I think. It is a beautiful video. Actually, okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can leave it. So what happened is, they built, in 2005, they built a processor which was very, very powerful. Okay? I wanted to show you that. And then afterwards, in 2012, they built something what is called as a graphical processing unit, GPUs. Okay? Wherein you have several processors all connected to each other, which are all high speed. Okay? And in 2019-20, what happened? Yeah. But majorly, one thing happened in 2020. What happened? Corona, COVID. It's okay? And at that time when COVID was there, everybody was sitting at home and they wanted to use the computer. You want to play for your games? You could play games. If you want to do something better, like watch some academic material, you can do that. Okay? So, you can have online classes. So the power of the computer was felt at that time during the COVID time. And at that time, there was a company called as NVIDIA. Somebody just said that name, NVIDIA. And that company, NVIDIA, made lots of money by building these graphical processing units. Okay? So NVIDIA processors were very powerful processors, and these processors changed the entire life of human beings. Right? So this is how the story took place. Okay? Have I exhausted my time? No? I can go? Okay. Let's go to the next slide. So this was a picture which was showing you how there's another company called as Intel. Intel was really making a lot of money earlier. But NVIDIA came and NVIDIA took over, and that company became very, very strong. Okay? So then we have this beautiful thing. Have you all used this? All of you are using ChatGPT. Yeah? For what are you using ChatGPT? Give me a use case. Give me one use case. Give me one use case for project. What question do you ask ChatGPT? Build a complete project for me? What kind of a question do you ask ChatGPT?
Our FA2 project in physics was, what are the total internal applications of applications of total internal reflection? I used ChatGPT to generate my information and wrote it in my project.
So you took only the information or you made it do the entire project? Both. So now what is happening? You want to give ChatGPT complete power to do everything for you? The truth is that today students are using ChatGPT for that. They are thinking we can just download a project, we can take it from ChatGPT and we can submit it to the madam or to sir. Okay? But actually, okay, ChatGPT should be used responsibly. There's something we call as responsible AI. Okay? AI should not be given in the hands of everybody. Today, it's very, very unfortunate that AI is being given in the hands of each and every one. So there are a lot of things which we talk about in AI. One is ethical AI, responsible AI. If you are using AI, it should be used responsibly. Okay? Now some questions you may be asking AI, which at your age, it's not required to be asked. Okay? You may be doing a project simply by using ChatGPT, but nothing is being learned out of it. You are not learning anything. Okay? And your ultimate goal is to surpass the computer, to learn something, to build something, and to excel in something. And if you want to do that, you can certainly make use of the tool like ChatGPT, but don't use it completely to make your project. Okay, that's my suggestion. So please use AI very responsibly. You're all very, very young. Okay? Don't try to kill your own creativity. You are hurting yourself in the process. Let me tell you that. Okay? So this is very, very important. AI is becoming more and more powerful, but it has to be used intelligently. Okay? So ChatGPT, I think most of you know that. Okay? How it works, we will not go into that. So for what do you use ChatGPT? You just said, teach it to your writing style, ask GPT to assume a role. I'm a student, I'm building a project or something like that. Like he said, he gives it to ChatGPT and ChatGPT does the work for him. Ask GPT with appropriate questions, customize your ChatGPT. You can define your resumes, you can refine your essays. You write an essay and you ask ChatGPT to refine it. Then you see the mistakes. If you could use a proper phrase and you have not used the phrase, maybe you'll learn that phrase from that. Okay? But you don't simply ask it to write the essay for you. They don't agree with me. They're saying she's talking something, I must use ChatGPT for everything. Is that what you're saying? You're using ChatGPT or no? Using for what? For projects. Sit down. Like use it for health benefits, okay? All of you exercise? Yeah. So you can see what exercises are good for you. Okay? Not just do any exercise. It should be tailor-made to your... Right? Your exercises can be tailor-made for you. Okay, you can give your own details and it can give you the list of exercises that you could do. Okay? So this is what ChatGPT is all about. Okay, prompt engineering. Now, this one last thing I'll show you. This is a Turing test. Okay, people started asking, how do I know whether this system is an AI system or it's not an AI system? So there's a great guy called as Alan Turing, and it's a movie on Alan Turing. During the Second World War, he invented this computer. Okay, and there's a complete movie on Alan Turing. Please go back home if possible, watch this movie. It's a very interesting movie. Okay. Now here, this Alan Turing, he built a test. He said, if you see this, there's a guy sitting here, and he's posing some questions. And what happened? Is this AI? See here, there's a person sitting in one room, and there's a computer sitting in another room. He's firing the questions to this person and to this computer. And he's getting the answers from both. He does not know the answers coming from the person or the computer. So when he gets the answers and he sees the computer answer, he should not be able to tell apart the computer from the person. That means if he sees this answer, he should not say, this is computer answer, this cannot be human being. Okay? The computer should be able to fool him to believe that the answer could have come from a human being. That means that program has passed the Turing test, and it qualifies to be a AI program. Okay? So this is what is called as a Turing test. Okay, so you have all these ethical concerns. I told you all of this. Very ethically or responsibly you use this. There are privacy concerns. You can't do discrimination and use biases when you're using all these softwares. Okay? And sometimes some people are fearing that it may replace all your jobs. Okay? New jobs will be created. The old jobs will go away. That's the only thing I can say. Okay? It's not as if jobs will go away, but new jobs will be created. So you have to be really up to date today. You can't slow down. You can't live what your parents lived or your seniors lived. Your life is very different from your seniors' life. Each day there are so many things which are coming, which are new, and your job market will also be the same. Okay? New jobs will be coming up each time. So beware and be very alert. Okay? Now there are many applications of AI, some of which I've listed here. Have you used this Siri, Alexa? Yeah. Netflix, Google Maps. Okay? All these things you have used. Okay? So these are a couple of applications of AI. Okay? And you must have heard of a couple of these. Okay? Amazon. All of you use that, right? Okay? So in conclusion, we can build intelligent systems by throwing enough data. So we are not understanding the human brain, but we are only working by throwing enough data. We want enough computing power. We want a lot of storage. And with all this, we are building intelligent systems. When I was a student, we learned AI in a different way. AI was not like this. We were trying to understand the human brain, how humans use their brains. That was the main idea. But today, we are not doing that anymore. We are just relying on a lot of data, a lot of computing power, and a lot of storage. Okay? If you give me all these three things, I can produce an AI program for you. Okay? So I think with this, I will conclude my talk. I hope I gave you an impression of what AI is. Okay? And maybe if you're interested, you have to be good at mathematics. You have to be good at statistics. Do you have statistics now here? Yeah. Probability? Not yet. Okay, so when you learn probability, it's the most important concept, and that is being exploited greatly in AI. Okay, so when you study probability, please understand that thoroughly enough. Okay, because that has a lot of applications in AI. Okay, so thank you, my dear students, and I'll open the floor for questions if you have any, because a long talk doesn't make sense to me, right? I have given you some pointers, and if you have any questions, we can talk and we can discuss those questions. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable insights. May I now invite Mr. Veeraswamy, Executive Member of our Alumni Association, to present a memento to our esteemed Chief Guest, Dr. Sameen Fatima, as a token of our appreciation and gratitude. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. May I now call upon Assistant School Pupil Leader to propose the vote of thanks.
I deem it my honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks. Firstly, I would like to thank our Honorable Speaker, Ms. Sameen Fatima, for sharing her valuable insights on artificial intelligence. I would also like to thank Mr. Mazhar Ali Sir, the President of the Alumni Association, Dr. Ramesh Reddy Sir, and the members of the alumni for gracing this occasion with their valuable presence. I would like to thank our Principal, Reverend Brother Sudhakar Reddy, for his unwavering support and guidance. I am also thankful to our Vice Principal, Ms. Suja Thomas, and our Coordinator, Ms. Saraswati, for their meticulous planning in making this event successful. I extend my heartfelt thanks to the supporting staff members for their invaluable help and support. Thank you, one and all.